guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, I am Jessica, and today I'm just doing a chatty get ready with me, showing you guys how I do like my everyday makeup, and I also showed you guys how I get my messy bun because I get a lot of requests on that. So I have a little monkey who is right here. You want to say hi? A little crazy monkey running around in this video, and that is okay because that is mom life. So she is in this video. It's very casual, laid back. I'm using some new makeup products that I found at the drugstore, as well as some of my tried and true. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys watch this video. Okay, guys, I'm gonna start with, actually no, I'm not gonna start with that. I'm gonna start with my NYX pore filler. And then I'm going to go in with my NYX Born to Glow primer.
I just found a lot.
You found a lot?
Mom.
It's okay, I'll help you. Here, hold those. Go put those back, and then when you come back, I'll have this open. I have tried the pore filler. I've never tried the illuminator, so that'll be a first for me. The pore filler does a really good job of filling your pores. Like, I'll get up kind of close and show you guys. But I don't feel like it lasts. I feel like whenever I buff my foundation in, it kind of goes away, so I don't know, but I'm going to show you guys up close and personal. I have a lot of breakouts right now, but my pores aren't terrible, but I do have them. Let's see if it'll, when I rub this in, it does blur them a lot. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but yeah, it doesn't seem to last, so I don't know. I'm just using it now because I have it, but I have not tried the Born to Glow illuminator. So, and I have very dry skin, so before I put on my foundation, I always use a moisturizer, and right now I'm using the Time Correcting Cream by Younique. Looks like this, and this is the nighttime cream, but I use it during the day because it's really hydrating and I need that. So the primer just looks like that. It's kind of like iridescent, so we'll see. It does feel very moisturizing. I don't think it doesn't seem like have like a major effect, so we'll see what it feels like under my foundation and how it goes through the day. But it feels really moisturizing and nice, which is good because, like I said, I have very dry skin. So next I'm going to use, okay, so I want to use my LA Pro Matte High Definition Longwear because I've only tried this one other time, but it is too dark for me really, but I have been getting a little bit of sun, so I was going to try it again today. I might end up mixing it with another foundation once I start blending this if I think that it's going to be bad. But I've heard a lot of good things about this foundation, so I really want to try it. And like I said, last time it was too dark, so I didn't really get a good first impression. And then I picked up this brush from Target. It's by the Sonia Kashuk line, and it's just a flat top kabuki, and it had a really cool plastic cover that you can keep over this, I guess, for like travel or storing. But I wanted to test this out, so I'm going to use that. Will you let Tucker in for me?
Sure.
Thank you. I don't think it's going to be too bad. So this is the color medium beige, if anyone is wondering. And I did have to blend it down my neck, but I don't think it's going to be too bad, so that's good. So I want to set it with a powder. So I'm going to be using my Touch Behold by Younique setting powder. Where's my powder brush? I'm gonna just dust a little bit of this. It's like a loose translucent powder, and I really like it because it doesn't add any color. It doesn't affect like the color of my foundation, but it does set it and helps it last longer. And it's really good for under your eyes, like baking concealer, but I don't normally wear concealer. So the next thing I'm going to use is my Beachfront bronzer by Younique. It's in Sunset. It's my favorite bronzer. I've been using it every single day. It just gives a really natural, like sun, like you've been in the sun all day look. It's not orangey or like ashy like some of them can be. It just really looks natural, so I really like this one. Are there pepperonis in there? Go see if there is. Okay, so I picked up this new blush by L'Oreal True Match in the color, let's see, what color does it say? I can't read backwards. Let's see, Tender Rose. It says it's a new color, so if I can open it, it's just like a mauve-y matte. There's no sparkle or anything, like a mauve color, so I wanted to try it out. It looked really pretty in the store. I do like this blush. I own other colors and it just blends really well. And it's really pigmented. That's a pretty color. It's very soft. Okay. So I recently picked up this really adorable brush from, is this Wet n Wild? No, Real Techniques. This is Real Techniques. And it's in a limited edition line. It's got like sparkly, and then their brushes, they are so beautiful. And I kind of needed a highlighting brush. I've been wanting one. So I got this, and they're really affordable. I think it was like $7.99. And I have a lot of different highlighters I like, but this is the first one I grabbed out of my bag. It's the Master Comb in Molten Rose Gold, and I do really like this highlighter. So I'm going to put a little bit of highlighter on. And I do like this brush. I'm very glad that I got it. I feel like it is perfect for highlight. It adds just the right amount. It picks up the product really good and makes it really easy to apply. Is the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. I've used this lots before and I do really like it. Again, I have really dry skin, so products like this feel amazing. And it does help to make my foundation look a little bit more like fresh and not as dull and matte. I am going to do my eyebrows really quick, and then I will come back on camera, and then I'll start talking about my watch and some other things. Okay, and now my brows are done, and I'm going to do my eyeshadow, and I like to keep it really simple. So and in the spring and summertime, even in the fall, to be honest, but I really like shades like this, and this one is by Younique. It is called Gingerly, and it is insanely gorgeous. It looks like this. It's a very pretty copper, orangey copper color, and it looks great on green and blue eyes. It looks great on all eye colors, but especially green and blue eyes, it really makes them pop. So I'm gonna put that in my crease and pretty much all over, some on my lid, just not on the inner corner, but I'm gonna put it in my crease. Okay, so I guess now would be a good time. It's hard for me to do two things at once, but
I'm swallowing the pepperonis because they're itching my mouth.
They're itching your mouth?
Yeah, because I swallowed them.
Well, you're supposed to swallow them. So I get a lot of questions about my watch, and it is the Apple Watch. It's the Series 3, so it has the GPS, so you can make phone calls and you can receive phone calls and get text messages and all that from it, which I feel like if you're gonna get the watch, it's worth the extra, what, I think $50 more than the one without cellular. It's worth it to go ahead and get it with cellular. I do use that function a ton. Like, that's one of the main uses I use the watch for. So I guess my first question I'll answer about it is it worth it? Do I need it? And the answer to that, I would say, is it worth it? That's a matter of opinion. Do you need it? No. Definitely it doesn't. I don't need it. I'm just kind of a spoiled brat and I wanted it, but I use it a lot. I don't regret purchasing it. I use it every single day, and when I'm not putting it on or when I'm not wearing it, like if I forget to wear it or it's charging, I find myself looking for it on my wrist now as a habit. I use it for obviously the time, and that might be a given, and I thought that I wouldn't actually even use it for the time because, I mean, nowadays we have iPhones, so I mean, let's be honest, we check our iPhones for the time. But it is so nice to just have the time, like, oh, what time is it? Oh, it's 12:30, you know, and not having to find your phone to find the time, like when you're driving. I know most cars have the clock, but I just find myself looking at my watch to see what time it is a lot more than I actually thought that I would. So I do use it for that. And then probably the second most, I'm gonna take some of that highlighter that I used here for the inner corners. Probably the second most thing that I use it for is it helps me remember things. So it will remind me. I'll show you an example. Hey Siri. Oh, my phone picked up because it's right here. Hold on. If your phone is nearby, a lot of times it'll pick up, but I'm gonna shut it off for the purpose of this video. Okay. Hey Siri, remind me in 5 minutes to go get my groceries.
Here's your reminder.
And if you can see if it'll focus. Here's your reminder. So she is going to remind me in 5 minutes, but also, and you can set your watch face, it's so customizable, but the way that I have mine is, if I can show you, this is such an awkward angle. Focus. Right here in the center, I have my reminders. Every time I look at my watch, now that I have that reminder set, it says go get groceries. And it has the time too, so it says at 12:33, go get groceries. So I use that feature a ton, because when you're busy and you're doing things, whether it be cooking, driving, you're on the phone, you're cleaning, like a lot of times when I'm cleaning, I'll be like, oh yes, I need to remember that I need to pick up some more cleaner. So I just say, hey Siri, remind me that I need to pick up this or that. And she'll remind me. And it also mirrors on your iPhone, so you can set it to not do that, I think, but I have it set to just mirror my iPhone. So anytime someone texts me, it's still going to go to my phone, but it's also going to come to my watch, and then I have the option to text, you know, from either one. And then also sometimes when I'm busy, I can answer the phone that way and say, hey, what's up, what do you need, you know, really quickly. Or if somebody texts me, 9 times out of 10 I'll still text back from my iPhone, because I don't like doing the talk to text, but sometimes I can just easily say yes, no, okay, or I'll call you in a minute, something like that. So I do use that feature a lot. Also, another feature that I use on this a ton is, as most of you know, and if you don't know, my husband is in the military. He's gone a lot. So he's on a different time than we are, and I can actually set this up to have the world clock, and I can pick anywhere in the world. And so when I look at it, it shows my time and it also shows his time. So I can look at it, and I find myself doing that a lot. Like, oh, I wonder if he's awake because I want to ask him a question. And I can see, no, you know, it's still 4 o'clock in the morning, or see, she just reminded me. She just came up and it made a little chime. Or I can be like, oh yes, he's awake, so I can go ahead and ask him. But I really like that feature as well. And then let's see, what else do I really like? It does have the heart rate feature, which I do use, and if you're really into working out, that's great too. And with my anxiety that I have, a lot of times if I'm not feeling well, I have found I can check that feature and it will show like my heart rate's up, and I can just keep track. That's not necessary, but I do like that feature about it. I'm gonna put a little bit of this Younique pristine white eyeliner in my waterline just to make me look more awake. I'm gonna curl my lashes and then put on my Younique Epic mascara. I think those are probably the main ways that I use it, and I know that that doesn't really seem like a lot of ways to use it, like it's a lot of money. That's why I say it kind of depends on, is it worth it? It depends on your personal preference. If you have the money to spend and you're a tech geek like I am, yes, I would say it's worth it. If you don't really have the money to spend, it's something you would really have to save up for, and you're on the fence, I would say probably not, just because you don't need it. It doesn't do anything really your iPhone doesn't do. Actually, I'm gonna do my bottom lashes first. But I do like it. I think it's great for busy moms because of the GPS feature. Like I said, being able to text somebody quickly or answer a text or a phone call. That's another thing. If you're thinking, gosh, I need to text her back and let her know that I'm gonna be late or something, you don't have to worry about finding your phone. You can literally just do it from your watch. It also does GPS on it too, so like when I'm driving, if I've put directions into my iPhone and that's guiding me, it will also tap me every time I need to turn and tell me like when to turn and what way to turn, which is kind of cool. And like if you wanted to go for a walk around your neighborhood or something like that and you didn't want to fuss with bringing your cell phone, you could just leave that home and bring your watch. So I do get asked a lot what size I have, and I have baby sized wrist. Literally my wrists are so teeny tiny, and I have the 38mm. There's also the 42mm, I think, but it would have been way too big for me. So I have the 38mm. So yeah, that is pretty much how I use my watch, and I do love it. And like I said, I find if I don't have it on that I find myself looking at it or looking at my wrist for it. I miss it when it's not on. So I love it, and I don't regret purchasing it at all. I think it's very helpful when you have a busy life. If you guys have any questions for me about it, you can ask me and I'll try and answer them. I may have forgotten to cover something, or maybe you have a question I didn't answer. But also, if you own the Apple Watch and you have a really neat app or feature of the watch that you think that I should know or that my viewers would want to know, I would love to hear about that in the comments. And if I get a really good one, I might just pin it to the top so make sure it gets seen. But I know some of you probably know the watch a little better than I do, but I'm just kind of basic, and that's all that I use it for. And I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but it is so worth it in my opinion. It's also another feature of it that my fellow military wives might like is the obvious. When our men are gone, we don't want to miss their phone call or their text, and it can be really a pain to have to make sure you have your cell phone with you at all times. Like literally going upstairs, you want to bring it, and going outside, you want to bring it. Everywhere you go, you make sure you have your phone because you don't want to miss their phone call or their text. But with this, you don't have to worry about that. It just kind of frees that up for you a little bit and takes a little bit of stress off, because I know if he texts me, I'm not going to miss it. It'll come right on here, and then I can go grab my phone if I need to. Got a little bit on my eyelid. It never fails. Never fails. I usually take a Q-tip and get that off, but ain't nobody got time for that today. The last thing I'm going to be doing is my lips, and I actually picked up a new color from the NYX matte lipsticks. This is what they look like, and these are tried and true. These are my favorite lipsticks. They're very affordable at the drugstore. I have this in so many different shades. This one is in the shade Natural, and this is what that shade looks like. I don't think Natural was actually a good shade name for this, but it is a really pretty color. I love the formula of these matte lipsticks, and they do last a really long time, and they're not drying. Why is it focusing on my nightstand? My favorite lip of all time is still the Maybelline Matte Ink. I have them in here. I have a bunch of them. These ones are my favorite of all time. They last forever. In fact, they last days. It's kind of like a mauve-y pink. I guess it is kind of natural. It looks a little darker in the tube than it does on my lips, but this is my like everyday mom makeup. Sometimes I don't do the eyeshadow, or actually sometimes I'll put the bronzer in my eyes for or on my eyelids for shadow, but I wanted to do that today. Also, I wanted to show you guys while I have my watch on here and we were talking about it. I'm sure you guys saw my little bracelet when I was showing my watch earlier, and I might have some questions. So I don't know if you can see, I'm trying to focus, but it has C, heart, and J, and then on this side it has a little key, see, and that's what you use to tighten it or loosen it. And I actually had a subscriber, Kimberly, send this to me because she sells Keep Collective, which is like jewelry, and they have a lot of charm bracelets and they have necklaces and stuff too. And she sent me a little catalog, and I was looking through it, and I am definitely going to be ordering a necklace from them because they have the bar necklaces. I get asked where I got this a lot, and my husband actually got it for me from Etsy, and I don't know what shop, but they have ones that are even prettier than this. They have like little jewels on the side, and you can have them engraved to say whatever you want. And then they have these little bracelets, which are absolutely perfect for a girl like me because I do like jewelry, but I'm not a big jewelry person. My jewelry is jewelry I wear every day. I sleep in it. My earrings, my necklace.
With the pepperoni.
Okay, you want another one? So this bracelet is absolutely perfect for me. I don't sleep in it. I could. It would be totally fine and comfortable to sleep in, but I don't, just because I don't want to wear it in the shower and stuff, so I do take it off. But it just goes so well with my watch. It's so pretty and comfortable. I don't even know it's on there. Camera cut off. Anyways, it's personalized, which is super sweet, because you guys know if you've watched me for a while, you guys know I'm pretty sentimental. I'm a sentimental person. This necklace actually has my girl's initials in it, so it is perfect and I love it, and I really appreciate her sending that to me. And I'm gonna have her information. Looky here. Oh my goodness, somebody wants another cheese stick. I'll have her website linked below if you guys want to go check it out, and it would be perfect for Mother's Day gifts. So if you're looking for something to get for your mom or your mother-in-law or something, I think that these would be a great idea, because you can personalize them. So you could do like their grandchildren's names, or if you're doing it for your mom. I mean, there's just so many options you can do. Okay, if you made it this far, I'm going to show you guys how I do my messy bun, because I get asked a lot how I do it, and I'm really surprised you guys want to know, because I honestly think it looks awful. Sometimes I get it right, but most of the time I think it just looks awful. But I do like to get my hair up out of my face when it's like second day hair, or if I'm like busy cleaning or whatever. And this is second day hair. I'm using dry shampoo. This is not my favorite dry shampoo. It's the Kenra one. My favorite is the Aussie 7-in-1, but it is so hard to find. But you can find it on Amazon, and I will have it linked for you guys. But I find that my messy buns do, see how white powdery it is? Like if you had brown hair, I don't think this shampoo would be good for you. But it is best to do this on like second day hair, or if you have some texture in it, so put some dry shampoo or some texturizing spray. It will just do a lot better. And then I have this hair tie here, which is a lot thinner than your average hair tie. They're usually a lot thicker. That's what I would use on Madeline, but these are for my fine haired girls, and this makes a world of difference. So if you don't have these, go pick them up. Goody, the brand Goody, and I will have them linked for you guys also. You can find them anywhere you can find regular hair ties, and they say fine hair on the packaging, and they are a little bit more stretchy, and they are thinner, and they work so much better. They make a total difference from normal. So if you have fine or thin hair like me, go pick you up some of these. So I put a little bit of dry shampoo, and then I'm gonna just kind of pull all my hair back, and then I like my bun to be at the very, very top of my head. So you can do it like this and just gather it, or you could flip your hair over like this and gather it at the top. But if I'm being honest, this is how I do it 9 times out of 10, and I'm using the viewfinder to do this, so bear with me. But so I get it at the top of my head, and then you don't want to like do this. You don't want to smooth it all back and make this really tight. You want to leave this loose, because you want it to be messy and you want volume. My kid is screaming in the background. But anyways, so you gather it up there, paying attention. You don't want to pull that too tight. I'm trying to get all these little baby hairs. And then my hair tie is on my wrist, see? So I kind of push forward. So I got that little bump. And then I take my hair tie. Now on a ponytail, you would pull the hair tie all the way through like that. But we're not going to do that. See, that might be a little bit easier for you guys. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to pull it all the way through like I would a ponytail. I am going to push it forward, take the hair tie, and see how I didn't bring it all the way forward, but I'm going to twist and bring it back around, and then one more time. You don't want to tighten it. It could go one more time, but I'm not going to do that. You don't want to do that, because if you get too tight, then it won't allow you to get this like volume. So I'm very gently pulling some pieces out and making this bigger and kind of tight. Okay, the joys of being a YouTuber. My card ran out of space, so I haven't done anything else to it. I just kind of tightened it down to my head, and that's really loose. Now, and this is going to turn out different every time you do it, and that's okay. But now I'm going to take my fingers into this hair and kind of pull out to make this looser, so it's not so tight to my head. And when I am doing that, it is going to make the bun like looser, like flops around on my head a little more, and that's okay because I'm going to tighten it back up. But the secret to tightening it back up, don't take right here and squeeze, because that's just going to pull this hair back flat down on your head. So you want to go in the back part of it and tighten it back there, not up here. I mean, you can do a little up here, but you don't want to just like tighten it or it's just going to pull. So you want to go back here and tighten it from back there. Now, might have gotten mine a little too loose. So now you can just kind of pull out again a little bit more what you want. I pull out some pieces around my face, and then I have a bobby pin because I have some hairs like you see right here that are gonna fall down, and I just pin them up with a bobby pin. So that's kind of what I have. And also, if you want to add to it, which I do sometimes, is I use one of these like little headbands and I just put it on like so, and then I just push back, and it gives me a little bit more volume right here, and it also helps to kind of hold up that hair back there. So if like I'm cleaning or something, I will sometimes throw one of these on, but it's definitely not necessary. So I'm gonna walk through that with you guys one more time. I'm gonna do it one more time in case you missed. Okay, so to run through that again, you're gonna gather all your hair at the top of your head loosely. You don't want to pull tight, so you're not pulling this top section tight. Push forward, grab your ponytail and go over, but don't bring it all the way through. I have to take it off to do that again. Every time I bring it through, I have to start over. Okay, so don't bring it all the way through. Just half, and then twist and go over, and then twist one more time, and don't twist until it's as tight as it'll go because you don't want it to be too tight. Now start very gently pulling it tight down to your head and pulling out a little bit to give your bun some volume. And then you want to go in and pull out the top and the sides to give it some volume, and then tighten it. I mean, I said do it in the back, but it can kind of be hard to kind of find where you need to pull back there. So if you're pulling from up here, just don't pull really tight, just pull very gently down to where it feels more secure in your head, and then you can go ahead and pull the pieces back out. And then I just pull some side pieces out and take this hair back here, and I just stick a bobby pin in it, which I'm sure looks fabulous back there. But I think I will just attempt to show you what the back looks like, but I'm telling you right now, it doesn't look that great. So I hope that helped you girls that had asked me to do a tutorial on that. And like I said, if you have any questions about the watch, let me know down below. If you have any app suggestions or features about it that you think that my viewers may like, also let me know in the comments below. I will have everything I use linked down there, and